Hey, Dan Meyer, and I'm back once again with a new video for you. Today's video is called Making Money versus Getting Paid, and this is the first of two parts. Part one really is focused on virtual assistants. Successful virtual assistants think like an entrepreneur. They want to make money, not get paid. And this is the big difference, right? So if you're a virtual assistant, you need to know these 5 goals. If you're a client looking to hire a virtual assistant, you should have these 5 things in mind. Number one is that you should know your budget. As a virtual assistant, you should know how much money you need to make to be able to survive. You should have an idea of what your monthly income should be, how many clients it will take at what amount to get you that income so that you're able to be consistent and be available. A client wants to hire somebody who they can trust, who they can feel will be with them long term. So if you're a VA who has a very chaotic life and doesn't have a consistent income and is always jumping between jobs, you're not going to be the best person to hire because they want to hire somebody who's going to be with them for long term. So if you know your budget and you work towards that budget, then you'll be a more consistent person to work with. And this is really important because it feels like you're getting paid, right? But you have to think about it. You're not just getting paid, you're making money. As a VA, you can set your own price. You can work your own schedule. You can take on extra hours. You don't need permission to work overtime. You're not required to settle for a certain amount. You can do what you want to get out of it. So if you want to make money, that's a successful way to be a good VA. If you want to get paid, you're probably better off not being a virtual assistant because you should work somewhere where you can get a more consistent income. And that's probably not going to be a freelance virtual assistant working for American small business clients. So, number 2, know your worth. Your goal should be to know what you're worth, what your skills are worth on the market. If you go on Fiverr, if you go on Upwork, if you go on Online Jobs PH and you do some research, you can see what the average price is that people are charging for what it is that you can do. And if it's something you can do well, you should charge more for it. For example, the average virtual assistant makes about $4 an hour, maybe 5. And somebody who's good at video editing or graphic design can make closer to 10. Somebody who's a specialist who can do something really, really well can charge even more. However, most American small business owners that I work with can't afford to pay somebody that much. So $10 an hour, 11, 12, somewhere in that ballpark is kind of like the max. And the minimum, they're going to go for less, right? So if you're a freelance VA, they're going to try to undercut you and ask you to work for cheap because they're trying to make money themselves, right? So know your worth and then also know what the client can afford to pay you. You want to understand kind of how this fits. That if you have a goal and you know your budget, how much you want to make, and you know what you should charge for what it is you can do, and it's market price, then you've met the first 2 goals that you should have to be a successful VA. The next thing is you have to know your offer, right? So once you know what you're worth and how much you want to make, you got to figure out how you get that message across. Just saying, hey, I'm a VA and I want to do your social media and I'll charge $5 an hour. There are millions of people that do the same thing, right? So Fiverr and Upwork and Online Jobs PH and Indeed and all the other places you can find work are full of people that do the same thing you can do it. A lot of them offer to do it for cheap. A lot of them that may be even better than you. So you got to figure out how you come up with your offer. So as a client, if you're looking for a VA, you should look for ones that have an offer. They have an idea of what they're worth. They know what they need to make so that they offer you something that has perceived value and it means something to them. So this is kind of like a goal number 3 for both sides. You want to know your offer, what it is that you can do and how much it will cost you. I can make videos for you. I can do a YouTube video. It's about 5 hours long, or about 20 minutes long. It takes about 5 hours to edit that video. I can slice it into 3 reels, each reel taking about an hour. So you're looking at if I charge $10 an hour, you're looking at it somewhere around $80 for that YouTube video and those 3 reels. So my offer would be, hey, I can do 3 YouTube videos and 9 reels for you for $200. And you're willing to go down and negotiate lower, and the client may be willing to pay you that much, or maybe they want to negotiate, but you have an offer that works. Then you want to really know your client. I mentioned this before. Goal number 4 is really good VAs know their clientele. They know where to find more clients that they like to work with. When you find a client and you click with them, then ask for referrals. Look for people that are like them. It's better to have a niche, to specialize. So if you're a virtual assistant and you work for a real estate agent, then keep working for more real estate agents. If you're working for a business coach, keep working for more business coaches. Get into a niche and really own it. So as a VA, that's what you want to do. Look for your niche. As a client, you want to make sure you're looking for the VAs that are specialized in their niche. We can all get value from being a general VA or hiring a general VA, but we're going to get more value when we pay people to do what they're best at and what they love to do. And you're going to have more fun both as a VA and as a client when you have that kind of person working on those things for you. Hiring a general VA will give you average videos. Hiring a video editor will give you great videos. And if your business is dependent on having great videos, then you want to hire a video editor, not a general VA, to manage your videos. Make sense? So know your client. Number 5, know what success looks like. What does success look like? You hear about people all the time as a virtual assistant saying, I make X number of dollars. I'm a 6-figure earner. I do all this stuff because I'm successful. Well, those are the few and the far between. Most people's success looks like just making enough money to be able to have a good life. More than you would have if you got paid working in an office. So if you can make 30,000 to 40,000 pesos a month, as a VA, that's pretty good. Usually it's more than you would ever make in the office, and you have the flexibility of working from home and the flexibility of working when you want to work. As a VA, you are more attractive to a client because you have flexibility. So if you're a client looking to have somebody that can work at least some US daytime hours to overlap with your client so you can have conversations with them, they can reach out to your clients when they're online. You want to have some kind of schedule that fits a win-win. Knowing what success looks like is important on both sides. So I'll talk more about in the next video from a perspective of a client, what they should know about VAs that want to make money versus VAs that just want to get paid. Because right now in 2024, everyone wants to make money, but most people are going about it trying to get paid. And there's that disconnect, right? Again, getting paid means you just want the money to be able to pay your bills, and you want a consistent amount of money, and you're really just working because you have to. Making money is more of like you do it because you're good at it and you love it, and the more you make, the better life you can have. And so you have a mindset of making money is much, much more successful than a mindset of just getting paid. So as a VA, just to recap, you want to know your budget. How much do you need to make to have the lifestyle you want? What is your worth? What is what you do valued in the marketplace as? Have an offer. What can you offer clients? And knowing the clientele, the niche they're in, the business they're in, the things that you can do that specialize in what they need, and then have an idea of what success looks like. Where do you want to be a year from now? And how do you measure towards that success? So if you can do these things, you're entrepreneurial. And this is what really I think the best VAs do. They think like an entrepreneur. They think about making money. And that's really my tips for today. I hope it helped. So now get out there as a virtual assistant, find great clients. And then if you're a client looking for a virtual assistant and you watch this, wait for the next video. I'll drop it in a couple of days. And for all of you, please subscribe to my channel. If you've already done so, thank you very much. Now get out there and have a great day.